Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? I am so excited to be here. I am so excited to be here. Like, just when you think that this show cannot get any worse, but at the same time, you're like partially entertained because it's just like, why? Why are we here and why are we writing this show as such? But before we jump into all things raggedy ass Mayfair, get in here, hit that like button, not just on my channel, but on the guest backstage channels as well. Engage with us in the chat, super chat us, let us know your thoughts. Like, this was like really an intriguing hot mess. And I, for one, I'm just happy that something happened in this episode, whether nothing happened at the same time. I'm gonna bring out C the Superior first because I want to know, like, C, were you here for this hot mess?
See, I missed the pre-show discussions and I came in a little late, but I did mention that this was the worst episode of the season so far, in my opinion. It just seemed like a lot of nothing happened, a lot of nothing. And it took forever to get to the nothing. Like, I don't know. This is the worst one, but I'm still holding out faith. Okay.
Oh no, see, it seems like every episode we take it forever to get to the nothing. So that wasn't like wow to me. It was just like y'all keep pushing it as far as they couldn't possibly go there. Why would they go there with the writing? That makes no sense. And then we go over there and it's just like, why are we here?
Mm-hmm.
Ashley in the back with the sweetest perspective. Were you here for this episode in these Mayfair Witches?
Absolutely not. Because of all of the pink peen in Louisiana, you have to go there. I was disgusted. I was holding out hope, Tyra. I said last week, "Oh, she's a shapeshifter. This is going to be awesome." No, Tyra. There is more. There is more to these Black Mayfairs. And I can't even say the word that I want to say, the phrase that I want to say. But no, I was aggravated as hell. Clark, that's the only hope I have for this episode is Clark, that he is an op. That's my only hope going forward, that he's a true op.
I told you. When you gonna start listening to me? I told you we couldn't trust this show with the black people. I told you. Look at I told you that. Y'all gonna believe me one of these days. Last but not least, Quana in the back with her real reviews. Did you love this episode? I, for one, was just happy that something happened.
Something happened. I, you know, I feel like I'm in the middle of everyone right now. Like, I was glad something happened, but it took us a long time to get to that something. I've never in my life experienced a show where we can just have like 2 and 3 filler episodes back to back. My word, they're gonna try my patience.
Yeah, especially in a shorter season. If if what we saw stands corrected, we're in a shorter season, and y'all think y'all have time to play in our faces like this. I really feel like this show was all shot at once, and it's like let's just ship it on out before we give the show the axe, because there's no way that they came back with this hoping to garner any new fans or an audience. Like, where?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into it. And I just felt like we should start here because I I want us to say, try to dig deep. To
Okay.
say at least two things that we liked about this episode without repeating what the previous person said. I'm definitely gonna go first. I'll go first. I like the fact that Lasher wasn't here. Okay,
Ooh.
I could do without Lasher. So far in the season, I feel like they have given him even less to do than they did the previous season, which is crazy because I don't know how it could get any worse. But I did not miss Lasher, and I wasn't like, "Ooh, I wonder what they're doing with Lasher." I did not even a little bit. And second, I liked the trifecta. The my man is her man. Yes, her man, her. That's my
Oh.
man too. I thought that was the most ridiculous hot mess that I've seen on TV in a very long time. See, without repeating what I said, list two things you liked about this episode.
I want to list the fact that you pulled up the most cockeyed picture of Lasher. uh, but what I liked about the episode, I liked that they stretched the budget. A lot of the special effects look like, very practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
So they were doing things with the lights, doing like, oh, and I was like, okay, they're making the budget stretch. We love to see it. And I liked Myra this episode. Actually, I like that she was keeping Rowan accountable as much as she could, in my opinion.
Mm.
So yeah, those two things. The budget was being stretched, and Myra was doing her thing.
Ashley, if you could dig deep and give us two things, I'd appreciate it.
Oh my God. I'm glad I'm not last. I'm sorry, Quana. I was taking notes to see if we were going to have any overlap. I like the idea of Lark being an op. I like him taking her teacup and running them tests because who the hell is she? And he's not who we thought he was. I'm hoping
Mhm.
that I like that we have the potentiality of him being an op. I think that's perfect. I think that's amazing. Um, Lord have mercy, Tyra. This was hard. I don't know why you gave us a test at the beginning of the live, but I will say I like that Sip has been abducted by the real Talmasca, and I'm trying to see what's happening over there. I'm glad Sip will be away from these Mayfairs. I'm glad he'll be in a whole other region. Where they're going to Poland so he can be interrogated. I'm here for that type of action. Yeah, let's go over there. Let's go somewhere else, Sip.
No
Mhm.
splice, Quanta, but you are last. Can you give me two things? Quanta, like, dang, y'all already got everything.
No, it's okay. I got it. I got it figured out. It came to me. I was trying to find it. I like the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, the goat.
I like the boat, and I like when we went to the little Talamasca dungeon, and we got a little, insight into like some of the other creatures. I kind of like that because maybe there will be some interesting storytelling on that side since it's not over here.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll be on that side.
Maybe.
I mean that. Hey, we take what we can get here. I started because I know that this is going to be a review of digs. I'm like, we dig a lot with this. Let me just see if anybody can dig and find something that they like, because that's hard
Mhm.
in itself. But getting into the actual hot mess, the way she pisses me off, like to no end. Like I can't stand Rowan at all. Not even a little bit. Like I really dislike this character, and not in a good way to where I hate to love her. I just hate how much of a hot mess. The unaccountability. Like first of all, when she told Mara to shut up, just shut up for a minute. Like I'm on the phone. Shut up, okay? First of all, we wouldn't even be here if you didn't reach out to the Talamasker trying to be so helpful. Matter of fact, the fact that Lasher is gone, it's really that's the hindrance here. It was really you. Because if you would have left it up to me and gave me, I guess 20 more minutes, I would have actually committed to killing, trapping, whatevering Lasher. You just didn't give me any time. But before that, like just get off my back. Like this is really your fault more so than mine. But I'm gonna try to fix it. See,
Mhm.
did you want to punch Rowan in the face because I did?
I'm gonna give it to Myra because something about Myra made me feel like she would cut a bitch up. Like she look at her face right there. She's ready to fight if you just give her a reason. And I feel like she's just being nice because she's trying to get her sister out, right? But if this was really on the streets, I put my money on Myra and then I put on Rowan. Sans that whole, power she has to, to take people out that she hasn't used at all, in this season. Um, but yeah, Myra need to let a little bit more of that fire out, even though I do feel like she's trying her best to, to get Rowan in line with the actual mission of like getting the cousins out of the thrall.
Mm.
But yeah, I feel that Myra got some fire in her.
I did appreciate it. She was like, "Oh, so you just useless without him? Huh? You can't do nothing, girl. What can you do without Lasher here? Like you just you just did it.
Right.
You do
Uh,
anything?" Ashley, did you want to punch Rowan in the face?
Rowan is an idiot. Not only did she say, shut up and do what I say, but then when she talks to Sip, yeah, just drive him by. You don't have to let him out of the car. Just drive him by because I run everything. Rowan oh, she is like the worst of the worst type of person that there is. And I don't feel like Moira stood on business. I was pissy at Moira by that last scene when she talks about, damn it, I'll pull you out. I'll be your lifeline.
Girl, please.
Girl, go
Mhm.
straight to the hot place with your cousin Rowan. I'm over both of these heifers. I don't ever have to see them again. She did tell the truth in a moment, but a broken clock is right twice a day. So, I mean, girl, yeah, you did that. But then I'm never pulling you out, Rowan. Rowan's ridiculous. It's just this air of superiority that I feel like she walks around with. Like, I'm entitled to this. I'm Rowan. I'm trying to save the day. Girl, because first of all, you were never going to unalive Lasher. You were
Mhm.
never going to do it. Well, just think if I did, there really would be no chance to get these people that I stuck in a thrall out. Girl, go directly to hell. I'm so over
Mhm.
Moira and Rowan, and I had such high hopes for Moira. I was like, oh, she's gonna stand on big business. She's gonna be 10 toes down. So by the end of this episode, I was proclaimed. I was clutching my pearls, like, girl, how far we have strayed.
No, my hopes dropped immediately for Moro when the episode started, just off of the fact that she was still here standing by Rowan's side. I thought we were gonna be with Sip, like, yeah, because I think we've established like she's pretty powerless if Lasher's not around. Like I didn't expect her to be here kind of standing 10 toes down, even though I love like you're just useless without him. What are you good for? The more gradually we went through the episode, I knew that we were getting more into dumbing Moira down so she could stand and be by Rowan's, and we were going to get into this false sense of security and sisterhood when Rowan don't give a damn about nobody but herself. Quanah, punch her in the face.
Listen, what Moira's behind should have did was she should have been slapping, okay, Rowan when she woke her up at the beginning. Like she said, hi. Now I would have been like, girl, wake up. Get
Mhm.
your behind up. Got the nerve to be passed out, and my sister over here, trapped in this house in the spirit realm. Come on now. I don't understand, why doesn't anyone seem to understand anyone else's power in this family?
Yeah.
Like the first of all, the fact that Mora even thinks that Rowan could really do anything, she can't do anything without Lasher. So just like this says, she can't do anything. Rowan can't do anything without Lasher. Rowan doesn't have any powers that are useful. So what were you thinking? She can't do anything. I just didn't understand. Then whatever agreement she had with Sip, she was backpedaling. I was like, oh girl.
Mhm.
I said, oh, what did they do to you, honey? You were supposed to be, like giving her a little tension, bringing a little finesse to the show. And I was sad.
And
Mhm.
child, what did that mean, Quanah? Because the way that Sip was over there screening them phone calls and say, all of y'all are trash. All of y'all
Ooh,
are absolutely trash. Nobody is standing by anything that they said. Everybody is
No.
and he aggressively ended that call to when he said,
oh
"I
yeah,
don't."
leave me alone. Like I don't this yeah. What about all of the progress you guys were making 2 episodes ago? Oh, okay.
Snip, snap, put more on the phone. I'm not trying to talk to you, Rowan.
No.
Get out of here.
Speaking here. I mentioned this the last time we talked about this show. I was like, please let this man be an op. Please don't let him be a love interest when he first got there and she was giving him this stink face. We got a little history. We got a little backstory. We were on the boat in the yacht ride and Sandy. We were gonna just sail off into the sunset. He's like, no, girl, I ain't built like you, which was a problem. Instantly, like I don't have it as easy. It doesn't come to me like that. Like I have to work harder. Everybody wasn't birthed just to be a surgeon. I gotta go my own way, and I'm applying to this school, and you didn't tell me because of why. Like already just for self. But I was like, don't be trying to come back here and give us no history to make us care about this little farce. All these relationships on these shows are just farces. I still didn't care. But we were trying to get into Rowan's heartbreak and why maybe we would have her character in such a just position to just be giving anally drop off your little package and go. Matter of fact, you didn't have to come, just discuss and then hi, like just meet me. No, I want to see you. Yeah, I'll be
Mhm.
there. Like shut up, Myra. I'm on the phone with Lark, and yeah, I would just love to. I'll be there because I still want to see you because I still care because we will want something. Yeah, whatever. Him digging, do you want me to come by the house? Because I could just come by the house. Are you
Yeah.
sure you don't want me to come by the house? Like, tell us you're an op without telling us you're an op. I can just be there briefly. He's been trying to come in and come by the house since he arrived there. He didn't call and give 411 like, hey, I'm in the city. He came directly to the house, which leads me to believe that you have intent to want to get in there and see some because you might not be who we think you are. I would think that at this point, old Rowan would try to be a little guarded. She's like giving no information and all the information in the world at the same time. Like, why are you talking about so much when this is supposed to be a secret? But we have him in this episode double back, like, well, girl, I can't come to the house, but your DNA's still here on this cup. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna run it. We don't know exactly what he saw, but we know that it's something that is going to be a hot mess because she had to open her big mouth and say, "Hey, that DNA, that test kit I told you to do, I'm related to that person." Stupid, stupid, stupid. Quana, what do you think he is up to?
Listen, Jonah Ben Lark. I didn't realize the man's name was Lark until this episode, so that goes to
Same.
tell you right there. I was like, oh, that's his name. Because I've been just sitting here calling him Jonah because that's the only thing I remember is from Superstore. Listen, first of all, why are we wasting money on a flashback that was clearly supposed to be them in their 20s? Was clearly because remember, she was supposed to be, little Miss Savant, little Miss, I become a doctor at a young age, whatnot, and they hadn't made it yet. So I'm sitting here thinking they clearly supposed to be in their 20s in this scene. Y'all couldn't hire nobody else. Y'all couldn't do no CGI. Y'all couldn't do nothing to make these people actually look a little younger. I'm like, he looked just as old in this flashback as he looks in real time. I was confused. That it wasn't giving anything. We didn't need it. That was wasted time. I hope he is an op. That would be the only redeeming presence of him in this show at this point, because I could care less about if they actually have some kind of romantic entanglement. We are on episode 4 and nothing is happening. We don't have time for this, Susan. So he better be an op. He better be an op, or I'm going to be pissed so bad. But I mean, but the whole, DNA of it all, I'm going to assume that he's going to, do the DNA scans. I don't know that it matters. Why does it matter that it's her DNA? I don't know why that matters. Clearly, it's a mystical being. I'm assuming they're going to find out that the DNA is like a cure for cancer or can cure every element on the face of it. Like, I'm assuming there's got to be something, or he's going to be blinded by the light, fiery bush kind of, I don't know. But I don't know what they're hoping to see out the DNA. And why is he running it again for the second time? I don't know. I hope he's not.
Ashley, all of this so we can just get a little bit closer to what Lasher is and what he wants. Ashley?
Girl, what I really thought it was like, I was like, oh, not they're going to give us some continuity and some background to this storyline. And then they said, absolutely not. We're not doing that either. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe she jilted him and that would give us an understanding as to why he's coming back to be an op. But no, she's the one, even then, entitled. Girl, he's got to follow you. Not pursue his life's dream and who he's supposed to be as a person. That would be too much. No, and this actress Didardio, whoever she is, I really want her to start back at square one. I really want her and the showrunner. I want them to go back to school, because oh my goodness, she's such a dullard. In every scene, it's the same expressions, it's the same movements. Even when she's not speaking, she's dull and dry. Like, girl, you just walked down to the bottom of the boat and turned. Like, there's nothing, like there's no emotion. Like, she doesn't emote anything for me except this weird entitlement thing. So yeah, no, they didn't do that for me though. I really thought when we saw this, it was going to be him breaking up with her. That's why she's so nasty to him. No, this is just Rowan. Present day, I will say, I want to ask you guys actually, because did he say my agency? Does our agency have access to the lab down here, or did he say our company? Because I really think he's one of them people. I think he's on assignment. Like, I don't necessarily know if he's just doing this just because that other DNA was wonky, or if he's been assigned to Rowan. And I'm hoping it's the latter. I'm hoping he's some sort of secret agent. Maybe he works for the Talamasca or some other agency, and they're trying to take down these Mayfairs. That's what I hope it is. But I'm not getting my hopes up at all.
Actually, I couldn't tell you what was said. I'll be trying to stay present for the show. I don't know. I wouldn't know that much detail to let you know if it was the lab or the organization or the agency. Maybe I don't. I just be like, let's just get her done. Let's just get her done. And yeah, as far as his acting, all the way from like late 2000s Percy Jackson's to like 2012, 2015 Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. This is as good as it's gonna get, Ashley. Yeah, this mama's acting. See, what is he up to? What did he find? Do you think that he is on the up and up, or is he an up?
Okay, so one, I agree that this first flashback was unnecessary. The last thing anybody was looking for was more lore on their relationship, because I couldn't give a damn, honestly. I don't care about them. But now that I'm thinking about it, though, And we see that he's a little ambitious. We see that he was willing to leave the relationship to go, pursue whatever his educational purposes were. We see that when we first introduced it with him, he was like on to like some cure and he got shut down by that. So he seems very ambitious in his research.
Mm.
So I'm going to assume that maybe he's not necessarily working with the Talamasca. Maybe it's something more self-centered. Maybe he's looking for something in the DNA that will aid in whatever research that he's doing so he can make a name for himself in the medical field. Or I don't know. I could see it going that way as well. But he's definitely suspicious and he definitely has his own agenda for sure.
I can't wait to say what it is and see, like, it just please let it be something. It has to be though, because the writing is still the writing and it's poor, and it's like, just tell me, like, I'm like, they would want us to, like, oh, he's a really good guy, he really cares about Rowan, but they don't make any sense because they don't know no better. We
Mhm.
will definitely be right back. You guys remember to chat it up all the way in this chat, letting us know your thoughts about the show, and if you want us to acknowledge and engage and answer a few questions, in any way that we could, we would love for you to support us with the super chat and showing us some love. We'll be right back.
Get quiet. When you try to cover me, I keep on flourishing. And he's in the universe when the company is you love it how I move you love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman. And I feel it after midnight, a feeling that you can't fight, my one. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman. I don't wanna waste no time, yeah. You ain't got a one-track mind, yeah. Have it any way you like, yeah. And I can tell that you know how I want it. Ain't nobody else can relate. Boy, I like that you ain't afraid. Baby, lay me down and let's pray. I'm telling you the way I like it. You love it how I move you love it how I touch you, my one. When
Once again, y'all, be sure to show us some love and hit that like button. Well, let's get to this man, because I just and I think I think yes, I did. I think that was last time we discussed it, and I was like, you know what? At this point, I just want Sip to run around and start touching on everything. Yeah. Just start touching stuff, Sip. At this point, oh God, like, why, Sip?
Mhm.
It's just endlessly disappointing. He's just so unaware and walking around just unassuming, just thinking, this man, like, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time and still I rise. Did this man not show you who he was, Sip? Did he not lay it out on the table? Al is not an ally, okay? he does not give a damn. The way he sashayed on down to Central Talamasca booking, I need, yeah, run it on down. I need to see Lasher, dark hair, tall. We just like, there's nobody here about this name. If he's not, then where is he? He's just so clueless, and I just want him to be useful in his own right, in his own way. He's not. He's touching. Oh God, if I could just find. You really went into this with the best of intentions, assuming that this man was telling you the truth about what his intentions were and where he was going, when he did everything to show you that we whispered on the phone, yeah, the safe house, make sure I got somewhere to go, yeah, like, it's just like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go on out here and spray her with these pesticides and just assume that we're all on the up and up. The best thing about this was the real, what looked to be the real Talamasca popping out.
Yeah.
Who are these people? The tone shifted. We have him in the office finding, that bottle of wine. Like, Sip, relax. I already know, because I know you're like the back of my hand. Black docile black man, brother.
Mhm.
Go and take your little sip. I know you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to figure out what my intentions are and where Lasher is while you ignoring people's phone calls. I love when Marvel's like, well, you call him. I mean, he's simple enough. He's gonna answer for you. It's just like, yeah, like you still answered though, didn't you?
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, this was the plan from the beginning. I've been trying to talk you up to, the head people in charge, and I don't know what my word of being now, but this was always the plan, and you were always going to be a narc. But the lady popped out, and it was just a tonal shift. I was like, okay, let me sit up. She seemed like she about something. They seemed like they mean business. He finds this little piece of paper in the ashes, and it says, tell toast, whatever. I did a little nudging and a little homework on the show, what I could, because I wouldn't read no book. I don't care to, not for this show. So I do know what it is. If anybody wants to know, I will let you know. But I didn't want to ruin it and what that could possibly mean for the ending of the show. But see, I'm going to come to you first.
Okay.
Are you over Ciprien? Because Ciprien just needs to go away. Please go away.
Now I'm a little curious about Taltos, but I feel like Cyprian just needs a vacation. He needs to take some PTO. He's stressed out, overworked, and incompetent. He did try to do a little work this episode though, so I will give him that. He was putting in the work, but it's just that he's not important at his job, and no one cares about his endeavors. That's what it is, and I feel bad for him. And it's almost as if Albert tried to set him up because he already know that he's turning on the Talamasca. So if you putting in a good word for me as a turncoat, what that's going to mean for me at the job? They're going to think something funny about me. So it's like Albert, or whatever his name is. It's like he slapped him in the face twice. You ghosted me and you set me up at my job, sir.
Did you feel bad for him? See, he's kind of under arrest at this point, to be interrogated. Did you feel bad for Sip?
I feel bad for Sip only because he's a black man trying his best, man. That's the only reason I feel bad for him, because he definitely trying his best, but his best ain't good enough. It ain't cracking. It ain't keeping up.
Child, the way I did not feel bad for Sip, it just this just felt like fuel for the fire. Like, oh, not the black man going. I got yeah. What else did you expect? You've been in here sipping for everybody but your damn self.
Mm-hmm.
See, oh, hold on. Got a whole freaking Darfelina is in the house. Member for 4 whole months. She said the struggle is. It is, and it's about to get even better because we got some stuff planned in February. We're gonna have some fun behind that paywall, just me and you, like Tony. She said, "What?" It's just Talta. Do you guys want to know what it is? I don't want to ruin it for nobody.
Girl, you would never ruin anything for this because I refuse.
I don't want to ruin nothing for the audience and the public and well. This is us leading into just the big awe. And child, Rowan and Lasher linking up again and having a child.
Huh?
Yeah. Some way, shape, or form. I don't know. Before we get out of these episodes, this is just the big aha and big coming. Them linking up, and from the writing, them having a daughter.
Oh, a daughter.
A daughter. But that's the big thing. Now, in what way, where, and with what we've seen, would she be laying down with Lasher voluntarily to make a baby? I don't know how we're going to get there, but that's what it is. It's the coming of that. That's what this plot and this planning and all of that, it's all been up until this moment. Child, hot mess. But yeah, with that being said, let's get back to Sip. Ashley, how you feeling about Ciprien?
I'm not feeling anything. I mean, at this point, I'm asking questions about what bus he rode to school.
Mm-hmm.
Because Albrecht wipes minds. He's wiped your mind a good couple times. He cleans things out. That you're not going to go in any vehicle that he touched, anything he did, and find anything. So now you want to be Mr. Sticky Fingers? This made no sense to me. I said, oh, the showrunner wanted to show a little bit of their, say some of their special effects, I guess. This was just an exercise in futility. From there to Albrecht's office to the bottle of wine. Sir, you have been the good time boy this entire time. Albrecht told you basically, under no uncertain terms, this is above your pay grade. No, I haven't been released to give you that information now. run on over and be a good boy and do exactly what I say. And that's what you've done. I don't feel any compassion, any pity, any empathy for him. I hope the Talamasca, I don't want him to put him on the rack or anything, but I hope that we do get to see some sort of torture methods. I hope that he does have to go through something, because at this point, Sip, I need you to prove your worth, because you've been worthless at this point. You've been kowtowing and bending down to these weird Mayfair women this entire time. Your whole life has been out there. So I'm hoping he goes to Amsterdam, maybe goes to the red light district, maybe gets himself a little bit of a life. Because yeah, I'm completely over this Louisiana Sip. Completely over him.
Get him some in the red light district.
I mean, do something. Smoke one, get some, any of the above.
Sadly, I think him being broken on the rack, that would, I've been stabbed and I've been burned. I've never been broken on the rack before. I think it would take him being broken on the rack for him to be like, you know what? I don't think these people mean my best interest. Like, thank you, Sip. Now go. Moving your purpose, son. Quanta, Sip, come on.
I just spend so much time watching this show thinking, why are you here? What is happening? And I need somebody to do the math when it's all said and done. We get to the end of the season. I need somebody to condense and tell me if they took only the parts where stuff actually happened, would this be a made for TV movie? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, we are in season 2, episode 4, Boo Boo, and you are just now actually using your powers like you needed to be doing to actually figure some stuff out. And then you still not figuring out nothing because you waited too long, and now there's nothing. There's nothing. I just, and then for them to come, the real Talamasca to show up and say, we're cuffing you, disabling your powers, and taking you to Poland or whatever, wherever he's going. And I am just like, boo boo. Like, at this point, I don't even know. Does anybody understand their own powers? And was anybody watching any like Charmed, Xena, Game of Thrones, anything? Did any of the writers take notes from any show ever made ever? Because I just feel like we haven't gotten anything, but I'm so disappointed in because I thought he's going to be that one character who kind of knows some stuff and kind of is like helping, or behind the scenes making some stuff shake, some stuff move. And he's just not doing that. And then he's listening. He's answering phone calls from these white chicks who don't know nothing. And they just trying to use him, but then he don't know nothing. I'm just so sad for him. Where is your sister? Where are your people at, Boo Boo? I can't.
I guess they just, wrote her out of the show, of course.
And he's cute. He's certainly, I like Ben, but he's cuter than Ben. They could just be doing something interesting with my guy here. And I just feel like, baby, you signed on for the wrong show. Get your check, baby. Get your check.
You can tell he's a capable actor.
Oh yeah, he is.
Got nothing here.
He's giving me a little bit of baby Sterling. Yeah. I'm like, okay,
I can't take.
He got no accent too. Where he from?
I don't know. Normally we invest in, you go, I haven't been invested in a show enough to go.
I haven't, because normally I would be in the middle of the show. Let me find out this whole person's backstory and everything that they've ever been in so I can follow along. I am so not interested in anyone here except for what's Black girl's name that I forgot just that fast?
Dolly Jean?
Yes. She's the only character that I really like.
I'm sick of Dolly. No, Dolly Jean lost all her courtyard privileges.
She did lose a lot of her coins. She
don't get to be in Gen Pop. She in solitary confinement. You gotta go.
We don't talk about it because I kind of like it now.
Get away, sister. Why? Talk about somebody understanding anybody's powers. Dolly Jean yelling, call, like, oh, can't you just heal her? And she's like, call 911. Just heal. Like, they don't know nothing about one another.
Not folks in the chat purring. Hey, I'm a sip. I like it.
But we get into Cortland, child. We don't even do nothing with Cortland no more. It's just we don't utilize these people. The people who are capable actors here, they're getting the least amount of real screen time. The most I was here for when Mila was like, huh, you're back doing secretarial work, huh? Yeah, they don't need you. Like, look at you, just useless. They're not going to come up here unless she needs you for something. And it's like, that's a whole lot to be said. Like, you're really incapable of doing anything without the help of Cortland Rowan. That says a whole lot about your placement in the family. But we get into what JoJo told her from the start. Cortland knows nothing. That he can't help you with anything. And then we have to bring Mara up there using her powers. Yeah, he's, like a Julian predecessor in After Effect just because of the where he is. He don't know nothing either. If we really want to know anything, we have to get to Julian. And we can't even help with that because, yeah, as long as Lasher's away, you can't go in and be turned to stone. And it's not that you would want to be anyway, because you see how scared he was when he was in there with the father.
Mhm.
But we get a little, the Julian effect on the family, which didn't amount to much because we already know that he was a sorry excuse of a man and a father, and we can just tell that about the state of the family in general. But Ashley, I'm coming to you first. Did you care about Cortland and Millie?
No, I echo your sentiment as it relates to Cortland because I feel like you have Harry Hamlin here. I feel like you have a great actor who has prowess and the ability to perform, and I think he's so being underutilized in these moments. It's like we just saw him interact with Julian, which I think is probably some of the best scenes that we've seen out of this series was their interaction with each other, and now you just have him out here just dumb as a box of rocks being heckled by Millie. I'm like, we can do better than this, or being run over by Rowan. Cause yeah, just shut up. You don't know what you're talking. And I'm like, girl, like just I felt like this was wasted. I felt like every scene we saw him in with Rowan or without with Millie, it was just a waste of time. I don't know if anything was really said that's gonna get us anywhere. I know he asked Millie, well, like who else can you talk to? Can you talk to Josephine? Can you talk since you're like the ghost of the house? Can you communicate with the people in the thrall?
Yeah.
That could have gone somewhere, but again, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't given anything. And as far as the Julian effect, honey, and Julian hating his kids, apparently he was loving somebody down. He's loving somebody down still because the way they sat up there, and I know we'll get to it and talk about, oh, he's just mesmerizing and he just
Girl.
does what you need to do. And even Cortland admits, well, he loves somebody, he just didn't love his kids. I mean, even
Were those letters in like supposed to be like old letters to Dolly Jean and Evelyn? Is that what that was supposed to be? Because I
Or
didn't know.
somebody.
Somebody.
steam heat, honey.
Did you at least appreciate that he was like, I'm like, are we about to just take Cortland out? It's like, even if it means the death of me, and even though JoJo said she would spit on me if I was on fire,
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna try to help and get her out of there. Did that nothing?
No, Cortland is gonna be for Cortland every chance he gets. I just my issue is if you're going to make him a villain, if you're gonna make him whatever, just let him be fully that. Like he's spineless, he's weak, he's a jellyfish. Put him in a circumstance where we can just see that fully explained. I think when the rubber meets the road, Cortland's always gonna put Cortland first or his daddy. So no, I don't believe it even now. Even
That's
when
what
he's
you
saying
would
that.
think throughout the episodes. And then you have him here. I'm nothing like Daddy. I'm gonna be bad. I'm not gonna be like Daddy. Oh, okay, all right. Kuwana, are you here for Cortland and Millie?
I was almost interested. I was almost interested in Cortland and Millie because I almost thought we would get a moment where we could really kind of understand something at the core of this family and have a bonding moment. And they had that moment where it was kind of like, well, but we never got anything to understand. Like, this family is trash. Why are we here? If there's no one for us to root for us to support, and if we got a little bit of like affection between them, or just something that is like incited the idea that like there was familial care at some point, like, yeah, we all went through it with Daddy. Daddy was a hot mess. Well, remember that time? Like something. But I just felt like we didn't get enough of that. It was such a quick moment. And Harry Hamlin is such a good actor. This is a travesty to have, because he is a very amazing character actor, and he's the most interesting character. At least to me, he was the most interesting character from season one.
Mhm.
And now we just kind of shelved him, and he's just stuck in a room, locked up with nothing to do. So I was sad. I was very disappointed that we didn't get even more. I almost would have rather just spent more time with them and got more backstory with them than what we did get with Rowan.
The way they were trying to have us sympathize, Millie was like, yeah, because, that boyfriend I had that he ran off, he would have been a good man. I was like, what? Is that what we were hearing up to? Is that your plan?
Yeah. I was like, well, then show us that. Maybe that might have been something. Maybe that was something good. Or see, let us see what Daddy did. But Daddy over here hoeing with that, with the twins, with the sisters, with the whatever they are, older sister, younger sister. I'm just like, what is going on? He hoeing with everybody.
What pissed me off is they really don't know what they want to do with his character. They set him up to be that villain that first season, and not only a villain, but you're a whole predator on your own family. You're a whole, yeah. And then it's like we want to sympathize him this season, but also make him pay for being that. Like, we're sympathizing and trying to make you a soft character, but we're not going to let you forget that you did that one thing. So yeah, you didn't get no damn breakfast. Eat these damn Cheerios. See, Cortland and Millie.
Cortland and Millie. Okay, firstly, I'll talk about Millie because I now knowing that there's ghosts that run amok in this place. I was wondering as I was watching this episode, why is Millie so involved as a ghost? Like, none of the other ghosts is out here every day in the house just peeking and being in people's business. And I'm like, what is her purpose? Is she just nosy, or like what's going on there? When it comes to Cortland, I don't know. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I like Cortland as a character. I know that he is, on the list, right, as he should be. But there is something about his character. I feel that he is just a boy. Like, he's scared of his father still in his grown age. And honestly, I don't know this, but I get the impression that the stuff that he was doing that we saw that resulted in Rowan's birth, I have a feeling that was influenced by his father. Like, it was something that his father told him to do in order to get to the creation of Lasher. He doesn't seem like he wants to hurt people. And when it comes to his daughter, he's very, we saw when Myra read his mind, he really wants to help his daughter. He really wants her to be out of the thrall. And it's like, I feel like his intentions are good, but he's just a coward and has never been able to stand up to his father. And it just, because of that, it puts him in these positions where he does these bad things because of his fear of his father. But overall, I think he's a very interesting character, and I like him. I hate to say it.
See, I don't think that's a hot take like that.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Cortland's character. It's the way that they're utilizing him. Like, people,
Okay.
like, I don't want another episode of him being in a closet, in a room, locked away. Like, what are you doing with him? What sense does that make? And then Rowan, it's like, yeah, I'll let you out when you're useful to me. Like, who are you? And then Rowan just doesn't give that. She's like, oh gosh,
Yeah. But I just thought of one more thing that I like that this show does. And it's that they utilize these older actors, where in other shows they may not have like bigger parts. Like when we look at our Dolly Jeans, our ghost sister here, I forget her name, Millie, or I just learned her name this episode. I lost it already. But even Cortland, it's like, if these were other shows, they usually tend to age these characters down. But they fully embrace the age of these characters and these actors. So I'll give them their props for that.
As they should, see, because if they weren't here, who would be acting? Huh?
Right.
Besides the chosen few,
Talk about it.
the elders been here. Like, we've been here. But she got to go. Got to go. Like, psst, I don't know what you're doing, where you at. I need you to get here, because we all left and gathered in another home to talk about dethroning the queen at this point, because she is jeopardizing our safety. She's a liar, and she needs to get the hell up out of here. Quanah, were you surprised that the family got together? I was not so much surprised, but just with how the family has been propped up to be just, because they didn't say, she's lying. Nobody has said she's lying on Lasher. Lasher has been the da-da-da-da to this family. It's just like, no, she's a liar. She's a liability and unsafe. We don't trust her. Why would we have her as the head of anything to this family? I haven't seen the ramifications of this family, that if they just knew the truth, they would just be reckless and out of their mind. Mm-hmm. And what do you think they're going to do? What is this family going to do? Because we ain't seen them do nothing.
It's an interesting idea that they're gathered together. I'm not surprised, given what happened in the last episode. You done disappeared two of the members of the family. You're up here lying to people about why they're there in the first place. So I wasn't surprised that they were getting together to meet about how they were going to handle her. I'm just more frustrated because, again, it just points to the fact that we don't have any clear understanding of the magical system that is at play in this show. And 1 second, it seems like members of the family understand they understand their individual power. They sometimes know what the other person can do, but no, there's no real like explanation to how any of this works, or could they even band together and 1, 2, 3, boom, bam, take on Rowan or Lasher or both of them? So I don't even have any, hope that they could do anything. But it would be interesting if there was like a real threat, like if there was some actual real threat that they could pose. It would be nice to know, but they just all seem so helpless.
Oh, it's terrible. See, does she need to go? And do you think that the family might be able to do anything?
I think she needs to go for sure. I think that the family will try their best until which point Lasher returns, because it's all given like anything for the patriarchy. Like if they don't like Rowan because they feel Rowan is responsible in a way for Lasher leaving, because they was all cool with Rowan being around when she was kind of hosting Lasher, right, in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as Lasher ain't in the picture, it's like, oh well, it's her fault, right? She's doing all the things, and so I feel like I kind of want them to, gather and do something about Rowan, because she's clearly a problem. But I don't like the messaging behind it, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's how I feel about it. And also something about this guy, he doesn't he have like a little Timu like Eric Northman in the corner.
Never.
He's
Oh,
giving Timu.
Never a Skarsgård could he be. Never.
I see a little Timu version.
Maybe a cousin once, twice removed. I don't see it. Actually, like, it would be interesting if does this mean the family is going to get active and actually do something, or does this mean like later down the pipeline when it's time to maybe choose sides, they're going to all jump over there with Lasher? Like, what are they going to do?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what they're gonna do exactly, Tyra, but I'm going over there with Tiki Torch. I'm going over here with January 6th. I'm gonna go over here with him because at least he's got some motivation to do something with Rowan. That's what he looks like. He looks like a Tiki Torcher. You know exactly what he looks like. But I'm just gonna say, like, someone has to come up with a plan. I think, Tyra, if this family was gonna reunite in any purpose, to save anyone, it would have been when Josephine and Daphne got caught in the thrall, right? They made a sister circle in season 1. Why have we never revisited a sister circle? Dottie Jean know the spell. Her sister know the spells. Clearly, they know the words. And so, no, I think their united front will be against Rowan, because I think with Lasher's absence, well, we saw it. I don't just think it. The house is falling apart. And
Yeah.
I think it's representative of the Mayfairs. I think without Lasher, the Mayfairs crumble, period. I think there's some deeper knowledge that we're just not privy to because they haven't told us in the show. But it's not just, oh, he helps us and whatever. There's something deeper to this connection with the family and with Lasher. And I think if they explored that more, it would make for a much more interesting show. We just have no clue. So yeah, those types, Tiki Torch, he gonna come up with something. He gonna come up with a plan. Also, I think he was the one on the phone talking to Hocus Pocus in that episode. I think he was the one who called. So I think he's always been the one watching and trying to concoct something.
I would be here for something. There would have to be a deeper meaning for her to lay down with Lasher again voluntarily and make a baby. It's like, we gotta
She's
continue.
nasty.
We gotta continue on this legacy. That would be the only thing that would explain that in my mind. And we're here. Why? 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 Like, this is the best thing that we could think to do with these ladies. Like, you mean to tell me that old Dolly Jean, she been sitting, waiting, hoping, praying, out, make the tea, make the spell, whatever you need, cover the mirrors, waiting for the most opportune time to not only keep her little intel with the family, because she does have that connection and care for Lasher too, but she was really this whole time trying to get to the Julian oldie but goodie records to lay down and dance with my father again, dance with my man again. Not only that, you already took it. You snuck off, grabbed it, took it to your house with your sister, so y'all could take turns like y'all used to do back in the day. Are you out your mind? Are you out of your mind? And you mean to tell me Evelyn's beef it better be something bigger than this. You're mad over there with Dolly Jean because yeah, this whole family this entire time, y'all were hating, y'all kept us apart, y'all did everything you could to tear down our love. At least like if I can't have him in life, at least let me have him in death. Are you out of your minds?
Mm-hmm.
Why, black women? Why? Why? I did not like this. I did not like this. The fact that, and I knew it. I knew they were going to do it. So I was like, I'm not with you, Ashley, on Evelyn in this shape shifting. The fact that this is even your real form. That says a whole lot about your character. That you're using the bulk of your shape shifting abilities to appear youthful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing as the older sister. You know what? Get all of this out my face. The fact, and it wasn't even like, I'm just in here in this world of Julian to get myself a little peace. My fantasy was to get myself a little peace, get my feet wet in the new town. No, you in here and you still being dumb as a box of rocks. Well, he don't lie to me. If he said he don't know nothing about what's going on or where Lasher is or any of that, I believe him because he told me. Like, oh, hello, Barbara, this is Shirley. What the hell wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? This, like, old fools. How you gonna be old fools? Like, y'all have been waiting and biding your time to get next to this man again for a man from whatever decades ago that y'all were sharing back in the day who was playing on y'all time? Disturbing. Quana?
It's a weird position to be in where these two sisters are currently the most interesting thing happening on the show and also the most disappointing aspect of the show because you are doing all of this fussing and fighting and arguing and wasting your talents and everything else over some old man peen. I just don't understand. Some old dead man peen at that. I just can't. I cannot. And then to top it off, he was this horrible person. So why are we doing this? Why are we here? I don't know. And the fact that Dolly Jean both was in cahoots with trying to do whatever was happening with Lasher, and now this, I don't like the ways in which she's moving. She's moving real shady. She's interesting. I like the actress. I like she's interesting, but she's moving real shady. But yeah, the idea that she was like getting dancing and sucked in to the Victrola with the old man peen. Mm-hmm. I just was like, oh my. Why are we here?
The fact that they know how trash of an individual and how sick this man is, all of that is trumped. If I can just ride the cuckoo train every once in a while in this state of whatever your little world is. Ashley,
I can't with you, Ashley.
Which one's 9 to 5 and which one's the weekend? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, which? That's what I want to know because all I literally
Evelyn's older. I'm gonna assume she the 9 to 5. She been on it.
Mercy, because Evelyn said I had him my way and she had hers, and we take turns tag teaming that pink peen in there. I'm disgusted. I'm revolted. I feel like these elder Black women should have turned this role down. Nobody should do this. That's why it feels garish to me, and not just garish. It feels almost comical and laughable.
Ashley, no, we've been here. If that's the tea, we've been here. Yeah. We know that's what makes it so sick. It's not. I've been past the. I don't want to say the word. Those. My father, my son, my lover, those little dynamics between that's here in the show. That's just icing on the cake at this point. I just can't believe that they stayed here in this old age for this long. Like you've been waiting for this. Sick. I'm sorry, Ashley.
But I feel like we didn't need this. We didn't need this for anything, and for them to be again the only people actually giving magic throughout this, and it was all in a quest to satisfy this dead man. Oh, the dead are insatiable, and like this is the only piece or glimmer of information that we're even getting as far as their powers or what they can do or what this damn record player did. I hated it. I hated everything about this narrative, about this idea that we're willing to sacrifice everything. Evelyn said, "Damn this family and everything they got going on, all about Julian. That's my man. my man. And I'm disturbed by it. I'm again, because here's what it is, guys. And here I think is what's so problematic whenever I watch that after show and that damn showrunner is sitting there just like,
Right. Oh, your mic went out.
it's because what they're doing with all of these black characters is they're centering them around whiteness. None of our black characters in this show are autonomous or standalone or have agency of their own. And that's what is the most infuriating about this terrible show. And again, repeat, it's terrible. Y'all are not eating anything. This is awful in every kind of way.
Do you think, because I know you were a Dolly Jean fan, and you should still be. Actually, is this a part of her? Is she still in a grander scheme of a plan, or was this just her hopes to just get that? I want to be dancing with my man. Was this the end game? Is this what she's been waiting on this whole time, lumbering around that house?
Who knows?
And I see this. Lucy said that she's let me find it. Said that she's like an ancient.
Ancient Evelyn. That's her name.
I mean, but like, what?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Does anybody here have a plan? Ancient or not? Does anybody here have a plan? What? The way that she could be using those powers, like the way that she could be using those powers, it's just insane. It's insane. I see. Were you here for this?
I'm gonna tell y'all why I like them still, and it's very shallow. But when they rode up to Dolly Jean's house and she had the yard looking good, she had the paint looking fresh. This is where the money is in the family. Dolly Jean and her sister got the coins. We already see Dolly Jean got her own little, not Dolly Jean, Evelyn got her own little entrepreneurship going on at the bar, right? Mm. They clearly got the most money, in my opinion, in the family. And they're keeping it up. Two rich bees, and I love to see it. And as far as them sleeping around with Julie and Sharon, Weekend, all of that, now that I'm reading the book, this doesn't surprise me because Julian was sleeping with children. So knowing that he's sleeping with sisters, I'm not surprised. And also the whole genealogy of the family is all messed up anyway. We see that Lasher sleeping with the mama and then sleep with the baby. That's his baby, and it's all a mess. So them being sisters and Sharon, that's really tame, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing from everything else going on in the show and in the books. But I still like Dolly Jean. She wants to see her man, yes, but I still feel like it still will help you out when she can. Like she's still gonna be like, all right, well, let me put this little potion together, girl. If you need it, right? You can ask her for some things and she'll give it to you. I like Dolly Jean still.
I mean, see, deep down, I was just hoping that, Dolly, somebody got a plan. There's a grander scheme of things going on. Ain't no way in hell these, all powerful, fine, I'll fix the tea. I'll do this. I'll do that. I want to, be in on every single step just so I can get, keep tabs on Julian.
The patriarchy.
And stand here in my little pink negligee and slow dance with myself. Girl,
her sexy dress.
Girl, I guess I hope old ancient Evelyn eventually does something useful with this power outside of looking younger.
Mm.
Girl, I got a quick question though. I need C to tell me this because you read in the book. Mm-hmm. Is it okay so far as the book does? Is it good at all? Would it be worth it for us to spend any time?
I'm purchase about 9 hours in on this book, and ain't nothing happened of consequence really this whole time. It's just been a whole bunch of incestuous activities and
character names.
I'd
be forgetting Anne Rice is the same lady who wrote Sleeping Beauty. The
That's what, and I'm like, was she on crack? Like, what was going on through her mind when she was writing this? It's not anything that I would be like, oh yeah, you gotta read this. And honestly, from what I'm reading so far, I feel like the show doing the best they can with what they get, what they were getting.
Tyra, that's sad to hear. That's sad to hear.
Everything doesn't need a show, okay? Everything doesn't need a universe. Sometimes we need to put all our eggs in the vampire.
We could have gone ahead and had season 3 interview by now. They were wasting time with
Right.
this.
When the way Rowan refuses to listen to anybody, um, uh, when Evelyn yells like, yeah, when she's in the state of mind reading and don't touch her, leave her alone. Of course, she touches her and whatever. But this leads to them having an understanding, or more so, Mara having an understanding of Rowan, because you're simply human. I get it. Like everything's good. I'm not even mad at you for the outcome. If you were in my shoes, would you, maybe do the same thing? Probably so. I mean, who wouldn't? Like, you're doing the best you can. Matter of fact, girl, when you decide to go in there and get all closer to Julian, because that's the only way to figure out where Lasher is, go in there and be at his mercy. I'm gonna be your tether. I'm gonna be your ankle girl. I'm gonna be out here to pull you out, because we sisters at this point, right? Ashley, you're shaking your head. I'm gonna come to you first.
Because that's exactly what the showrunner said, because they saw how beautiful the sisterhood was between Evelyn and Dolly
I didn't
Jean.
watch it, actually. I've been cutting it off before that heifer start talking.
Yeah. Oh, because we had to show they're willing to do everything for each other, like share this dead man's pain, right? That's doing everything for each other. And so now Rowan and Moira are going to mirror that. It's a beautiful relate. You see how much they give and sacrifice for their sisterhood. That's exactly what Rowan and Moira demonstrated when she says that last line of "I'll pull you out." Girl, go directly to the hot place. I hate it. I just I mean, I will say it was interesting to see Moira making contact and mind reading through the thing. I thought that was cool. I thought they should have let that play out more. They're telling Rowan, leave her alone. Oh, it's hurting her. Rowan, since when do you give a damn?
Right.
Since when do you give a damn? They just do this wild stuff that's unbelievable based on the character that they've created with Rowan. Rowan doesn't care about anything but herself. She cares about these weird little powers she thinks she has. Oh, she has heart palpitations. Girl, that's all you can see and all you can do. Like I hate it, and I know they're gonna drag it up, and they're gonna be besties next
I
episode.
told you we were gonna dumb her down so she can be besties and standing. I knew as soon as we met. I said, "Oh, we're gonna dumb her down." She's not gonna be this character that we met coming there with her headphones on, standing on business about her sister. We're gonna do this so they can be conjoined at the damn hip. At least she didn't sleep with Sip. At least that didn't happen. Quantum.
Muted.
Listen, between her tapping into this Horcrux and Rowan acting like she has control of her. We didn't establish for the whole 40 minutes of the show before this point that you don't have any magical abilities right now because you don't have Lasher. And you could have done anything to this girl. And she's lucky that this girl's brain matter wasn't leaking out of her ears when she snatched her. Why did she think she could do this when they're saying don't touch her? Like there's a whole system that we have to bring each other up out of there. And you don't have any power, but you go, oh, I'm going to touch her anyway. I'm not listening to anybody. I was like, Heifer, if this girl's brain start leaking out of her nose, what you going to do then? You don't have anybody else on your side. There's nobody else around to help you. And I don't know why she thought that this was okay, being you're the one who got the magic, the sister and your sister into the other, the hereafter or wherever they are between planes, and you can't get them back. Now you're going to get her stuck inside this control. I mean, I'm glad it worked out, but it was dumb because nothing in the show had made us think it was going to be okay. And it's just Rowan, again, being full of herself and not listening to anyone and just storming off and doing whatever she wanted to do. I was pissed.
And the morrow we met, the first episodes or so, she just wakes up and she's okay with it and she has a better understanding. I'm like, this is not right. See, did you feel the sisterhood?
That's all I got to say to this. Because and where did it come from so fast? Because and this is a reason why I didn't like this episode as much too, is because what happened with the end of the last episode? It's like we did some weeks fly by. They want us to believe that this is the next day, but it don't feel like it's the next day from what left off on the last episode. And it's just I'm blaming. I don't know who to slap. I don't know who to slap. Because they're making these characters pretty much from scratch. Myra isn't really in the book, and the character she's based off of is completely different that I'm learning. So it's like this is all the show doing this,
Mhm.
and it's a mess. And I don't know what's going to happen. But I know it's not going to be anywhere good. It's not leading us anywhere good. And I do not like this whole sisterhood thing that they have going on, because it's like, where did this even come from? It's so
They
random.
do. They do. See, they said after all those escapades, after that showdown in the street, and her looking at her like, "Girl, you had one job. Like, do it." And then she just went back in the house with her. She's like, "Sit, add a boy." And she just went back in the house and and it was all all well after that. But before we get all the way into wrapping this episode up, do know that you are more than welcome to join the membership and get into all the amazing things that we do behind paywall, having fun with the people who love us the most. Yeah, I mean, this week, as far as the Saturday Night Watch Along, it is my turn. And this is my choice, and I hope you guys love it. And if you see it and you want to be a part of the reactions to this, because Ashley's never seen it, and we're gonna have Nikki there too. Nikki coming, she's never seen it. If she
Lord.
listened to me and do what I said, she's never seen it. But I hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully want to join in with us watching it Saturday. Let me run this, and we will definitely be right back and wrap this up.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh, God!
Find that blue asshole. I let my black hair go and my weeds on. And I sweat too much on the regular. We gon' let them hits fly, we gon' let it go. If it ain't next door, then it gotta go.
Mrs. Rhodes dead. Murdered right next door.
Talking about a face coming off a bag of blow. I'm like, God, bitch, I am not a beach boy. Whip thing, make a understand though. Got that Hannibal, silence of the Lambo. Hit the gas so hard, make it rotate. All my niggas blew up like a propane.
I hope you guys like it. Even if you didn't, just say you did. Quanta, how could you forget, girl? How could you forget? Like, I have not seen it in a very long time, but for some reason it just popped into my head. I was like, people need to see this because not enough people talk about that film or know about it, and it's just really, really groundbreaking as far as I'm concerned. But if y'all want to join in on Ashley's reaction to that, as well as Nikki, as well as mine, because it's been a very long time, be sure to become a member of the channel and show us some love and join the Discord, y'all. But getting back into this here, we wind up here, y'all. We wind up here. The way Rowan just leaps in, like it's no forethought. We don't really plan. It's like, sure, yeah, I'll drink it. I'll go in there. First of all, the way the love of his life, one of them, was giving all of the omens possible. You know, it's when you get in there, you're at his mercy. It's all these doors and all these rooms. He's been down there forever and a day to build like his own little personal hell. You know, you won't be let into the room that he lets me in if you want to keep it real. You know, you won't be in the love dungeon, girl. Slow dancing. I don't know what he's gonna do with you. Well, of course he wants me there. Like I'm Rowan. Like, well, when he like her, whatever. What do they call her? Not the deity,
The 13th witch.
the 13th, but it's something with a D that she keeps saying. Like, okay, we got it. But yeah, she drinks it, and everybody's just standing around and just waiting for the freaking aftermath and turning over that hourglass. And we are made to be known. If you don't come out before this hourglass, gets to the end, girl, you're dead. You're stuck in there. See, what do you think about Rowan sipping the Kool-Aid?
I was just thinking they got to do all of this just to get to Julian. Like, you got to put your blood on the record play. You got to drink the poison. You got to do all of this. Put the timer on. Make sure you're not doing, staying too long. It seems like a lot just to get to this man. But, and I thought it was so funny. I thought it was so funny. When we finally got to him and he was in there looking a wreck, like damn, Julian, this is what they came to see? This is the man of their dreams, looking like he just I don't know who's looking
I
right.
think he plays around in there. I think he presents himself in a certain way to whoever's there. I'm sure he's
Oh,
suave big daddy when the girls get there.
right. Maybe that should have been the flashback we got, because I would be more interested in getting a flashback of Julian than I would of
That crap,
Jonah and her.
girl. That crap.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. It was just hilarious to me.
Ashley, do you think that it's worth it to go this far to get to Julian? And will Julian be of use? Is he going to help her with something?
Absolutely not. But Rowan will always think that she's that girl. You know what I mean? Rowan just has delusions of grandeur. And I mean, I was here for chug a lug, chug a lug. They said you got to do it all in one swig, Rowan. Like, come on, girl. Go down there and let Julian play with you and teach you how to act. That's what I'm hoping we'll see down there. I pray that this actress will be brought up higher by the actor who plays Julian down there in the gates of hell.
Girl,
And I hope we meet some more of the ancestors, right? Because I see this big Scottish man and I said, who is he? I want to see more of him. So I hope we get to see more characters while we're down there, because them centering Rowan every scene, like they act like there's not two scenes can't go by without a scene. Or we can see more of the Mayfairs. I've seen enough of Rowan at this point. But no, I think it's a recipe for disaster. Of course, we know she's going to make it. Based on everything that I'm hearing. And I'm about to go over to that lady channel and listen to the book review, because I refuse to believe that Anne Rice would have put her stamp of approval on this show. I refuse to believe it. But yeah, she'll go down there and she'll maybe find connection with something and get her way out, because Rowan, she's one of those characters that won't die. You know what I mean? Like she'll just be here
has plot armor.
infinitely. And I'm
She's
so
the sinner, so it's natural that she would have plot armor. But with the dumb decisions she's made, she's like, "You really gonna make it out of that? Oh, well,
Mhm.
okay."
but yeah, act better. That's what I'm hoping happens.
Yeah, I don't think Julian gonna bring her up to par. She's gonna deliver the way she's been delivering this entire time. Quana, are you here for this?
I'm not. Y'all, child. I'm so tired of Rowan. She's just not interesting. Like, I just don't know how I really, when they did this shot in the center with the eyes, and I thought they hired this girl because of her eyes. That's all that they
Right.
did.
Mhm.
When I saw that shot, I said, "This is why. This is." I
Quana, not to cut you. Why do you think the intro is Ocean Eyes? That's all she has to offer. That's it.
That's all she has. And I was like, this is why they hired her right here. It's got nothing to do with nothing else that she's brought to the table. It's just they want to be able to do these close up shots with these little, blue eyes staring off into space. I
Mhm.
This was dumb. It was so dumb. They got like the sand in the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. I was just like, what in the world? And she don't even know. I mean, you just going around trusting people. They tell you to drink this, and you just drinking it.
Right.
I just don't. Nobody is questioning anything. I'm just concerned.
Mm-mm. The way everybody has been dishonest all the way up until this point, I wouldn't trust anyone. And she just so hardly. All right, okay, yeah. She could be sending you to your pending death with her wish I was a husband. Like,
Mhm.
what's wrong with you? They could be trying to trap you. Stupid girl.
They could be turning you into a rat. That could be one of the little elixirs that was in the witches that they
Oh
put on the
yes.
chocolate. They could be trying to turn you into a rat so they can stomp you. Girl, bye.
Oh, that would have made my day. Please do something. Please Cusco's this situation. Emperor's Root Groove crunk the lever this whole episode, please, because I'm over it. And we're done. We made it. We made it.
Ooh.
We made it to the end, and the castaway that is Julian. Because
Yeah.
sir, Quana predictions for episode
5. We're not gonna find out nothing about Ciprien and the Town Masker in episode 5 because we just gonna see him in a room somewhere with some shackles like he is slave, and it's gonna piss me off. We're gonna spend the whole episode with her trapped in the Victrola with Julian. So nothing new is gonna be happening. We just gonna get flashbacks and find out about his life. We still ain't gonna find out where Lasher is, and maybe I don't even know. She'll get out and Lark will be standing there staring at her like, so you're magical, huh? And that's gonna be episode 5. That's gonna be it. That's all. I don't know, but that's my best.
I think we're gonna get some Lasher, but I think it's gonna be like preparation with everybody in his ear. We've waited for this day. it's gonna be all ominous. You finally get to fulfill the prophecy, and we're not gonna actually know or hear what that is. It's just gonna be leading up to it, and it's just like, can I go back home with my mom? Where's Rowan? I just need. We're gonna have more of that crap. That's why I didn't miss in this episode. I think we're gonna get that. I think Julian gonna play with her a whole lot because you don't know who you're messing with. Like these people, like breaded old, have been in these circumstances for years, way before you even knew what a power was or what a witch was, and you're just diving into the unknown. I think he's gonna play on her top, and I'm entertained. I hope he makes her cry. I hope she breaks down. I hope she thinks she has no way out. I hope she seeds in a corner just out of fear, like. Oh, break it down like a fraction. If Julian allows Rowan to one up him, I swear, I just don't know at this point. I want Lark to get a little bit more active. I want some knowledge about something. I want to know a little bit more intel on his mission. They don't have to give it all away, but do something because we left off with that DNA. Now what? But yeah, it's Keisha Cole right now. I just want it to be over. See, what about you? What about your predictions for the episode?
Okay, so given past shows, I know episode 5, 6 are usually the most interesting episodes. Like that's when the stuff really started to pop off. So I'm hoping that when Rowan is in the depths with Julian, that he's going to give her a flashback of maybe Julian and a younger Julian and Lasher ripping and running the streets, and maybe that's how we're going to get more intel as to what Lasher's desires are now that he's a human. I'm hoping for that to be the case because that would be the most interesting thing to me because I want to see what Julian was out here doing when he was younger and him and Lasher and finally get some kind of backstory or at least some information as to what Lasher's point was as a human. I'm hoping that we get some sexy looking Irishman or Scottishman in this episode.
Who's been sexy? Who? I can't even look at Ciprien being sexy, and if he is shackled up and chained up next episode in some dungeon, look, that's the last visual I need. I don't want no slavery references around Cip. They're already deep and embedded. Ashley, predictions, please.
I hope I too, Tyra, think that Julian should read her for filth. I want Rowan to be down in that purgatory like she's feeling like the scum of the freaking earth, like the scum between my toes. I really want him to get her together, but here's what I really think is going to happen. I think they're going to partner. It doesn't take much to convince Rowan of a thing, right? All season 1, Lasher's bad, Lasher's bad, Lasher's bad. Next thing we know, I'm giving birth to Lasher, and it's F everybody else because he gives me powers. She's very, I think, susceptible to influence, and I think ultimately deep down on the inside, they both want the same thing. They both want Lasher to live, whether she admits it or not. She feel like that's her child or something, and she wants him to live. So I think they'll have a little tete-a-tete, but I think by the end of episode 5, they'll be in allegiance in some kind of way. As far as Lark, I hope he gets crazy results back, and I hope he works for a crew of people who are ready to swoop down and intercept her as soon as she comes out from hell. Like as soon as she gets back to the surface, I hope they're there ready to swoop in.
Yeah, and are we like on a time crunch? They kind of got into the house falling apart, but we didn't like definite like, hey, if we don't do this by this amount of time, the house is going to be just non-existent. Like it was kind of alluded to. We shall see. But y'all, that's the episode. That is the episode in these Mayfair Witches.
Mm-hmm.
This was fun. We're entertaining, not the show. But before we dive into where you can go to support the beautiful ladies on this panel, do know that we got a little schedule for the week. You know, we packed out. We got a packed out house as far as entertaining you guys this week with the shows and things that are coming up. So I'm gonna run this weekly little TV guide here, and we're gonna come back because y'all. Hit the like button, please. We really need all the engagement.
No hold 'em. Lay your cards down. So park your Lexus and throw your keys up. Circle round. And I'll be damned if I can't slow dance with you. Come pour some sugar on me, honey, too. It's a real live boogie and a real live hold down. Don't be a bitch, come take it to the floor now. Woo. One step to the right, we headed to the dive bar. We always go with nice. Ooh, run me to the left and spin me in the middle.
Okay, Beyonce, don't it just make you want to watch us and hit the like button? It just hit the like button because it makes you feel
That
good.
was a little mix.
Yeah, you can't have Beyonce and some too close together and not hit the like button. It gives you endorphins. Take it while you can get it because you ain't gonna get it from the show. And as far as Sunday, we will be discussing Mary J. Blige's A Family Affair. And if you are unfamiliar with those, they are available on Lifetime, and it is a trilogy of films. So if you want to join us in that discussion as far as Sunday, be sure to be up on those films. But Quana, I am going to come to you first. Let the people know what you got going on and where they can come and support you.
Hey guys, I will be doing a recap of Paradise, the show that I have been most anticipating for this season with my good boo bae Sterling K. Brown. I'm also going to be doing a deep dive back into, Lord, what's the name of that show? Oh my gosh, I can't see the name of it. The one
Buffy?
with the girls.
No?
No, well, yes, that is coming. Buffy recap is coming. So you guys can find me on my channel for the Buffy recap if you're interested. Hit the like.
Be interested. Be interested, please. Please be there, please. See the Superior. What's up with you?
Hi. Okay, so on my channel, I've been doing the watch-alongs for Mayfair Witches. So if you want to watch the show with me and laugh at what you see, join me on See the Superior on YouTube. Also, starting next week, because we are still in January for some odd reason, it's been so long. But next week, I'll be talking about Invincible with my friends over on Unpopular Review. And also coming up in February, I'll be discussing this book. I got it right here, Something Kindred, right here with Books, Girls, and Purrs on her channel. So join me for that. And anything else that I think that's it right now. That's what I'm doing.
I love them. It's like we love a good Buffy recap, don't we? Make sure you show up with that. But we love the classics. Shows like this make us appreciate where we were. Ashley, what we got coming up? Tell the people where to be.
Well, y'all already just saw it. Tomorrow I'll be hosting the Married at First Sight episode 13. We'll have a live watch along tomorrow. Wednesday we will have the live discussing it. Thursday we will have Paradise. Friday we will have Harlem. Saturday we have Tyra's blockbuster movie night as well as Severance. And like she said, the Mary J movies. As far as my uploads this week, I will be doing an upload for Paradise. They released it early and it was amazing. The first episode, I got to talk about it. I'll be actually going ahead and doing uploads for Harlem because the live did well over here. So I'm gonna give the people what they want. And then of course, y'all get my weekly maps videos and anything else I see that's interesting. You know what I mean? But yes, thank you guys so much for being here. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to all of the ladies on this panel, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. We also have a brand new Discord for the collective. Please make sure that you go over to the new Discord. We're trying to get that packed out. We're trying to get 100 people over there. You know what I mean? So come on over. Come on down.
Come on down. Okay. Yes, and be on the lookout. I will be dropping the link in the members only chat for us to get that new Discord up and running and fill with you folks because we want to we're just starting fresh, y'all. So be over there and support us. And I'll also be dropping a poll because we do want to eventually get back into retrospective. And you guys will need to vote. It will be publicly open to either vote to continue on the retrospective of Insecure or start anew and we do a retrospective of Lovecraft Country. So
Ooh,
you know
Vote for Lovecraft, y'all. Vote for Lovecraft.
Hey,
yes.
you can't be doing that. Let the
Facts.
you
Do it.
can't be doing that.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, right there.
Wow,
You see that?
y'all, you know what? I was trying to be diplomatic.
Lovecraft is the better option.
Get out of here. Let's just,
Not trying to unduly sway the people, but the people see right now. Okay?
acting like Rowan. As I said, you guys, there will be a vote. Go and vote for which one that you guys want to see, and be on the lookout for that new link in members only dropping for the fresh Discord. But we will definitely see you guys next time, and everybody here have a very, very good night. Good night, y'all.
It's